by Korniev in the first round of the finals. However, he beat Korniev when they were younger and lighter at 81 kilograms in 2008 at the European Championships. There, Oleksandr outpointed him 11-2 in Liverpool, England. So this is indeed a grudge match in the truest sense of the term. The Ukrainian Usyk in red, the Belarusian Korniev in blue. Usyk in the second bout of this tournament won due to a retirement in the third round by his opponent. And likewise, Korniev in the fourth bout, the last bout of this tournament, he also was able to retire his opponent in the third round. So both of these boxers on even keel through 1 minute of round one. The action is starting to pick up a little bit. Usyk very strong. You could just see the striations in his deltoids and in his back, his shoulders. He's just really, really a finely tuned athlete. Sometimes being too muscular is a disadvantage in this sweet science. However, Usyk doesn't seem to have been disadvantaged much, having made it to the semifinal round, and he's boxing in the southpaw style. Korniev orthodox. Some good movement by both boxers. Neither of them is standing in one place. Look at that quick lateral step by Usyk to stay out of harm's way of that big right hand. Korniev, you want to circle away from the power punch to the blind side, as they call it, when you're facing an opponent who boxes out of a different stance. And now Korniev starting to follow Usyk around the ring. Nice left hand by Usyk. Looks like it scored to the chin of Korniev. Punches out a strong, stiff jab, does Usyk. Nice roll by Korniev, and he eats another one, snaps his chin back. Korniev looking for an opportunity to dent big Oleksandr Usyk of the Ukraine. Wants to put a dent in his defense, which for the most part has been aided by some great lateral movement. He's also been showing a strong, educated jab, and as he prays to the powers that be in his own corner, we'll await the official score after one round. And there's the score. After one round, 7-2, Oleksandr Usyk from the Ukraine. This is the semifinals of the men's heavyweight weight division. AIBA World Boxing Championships here in Baku, Azerbaijan. Round number 2. And now with a somewhat commanding lead of 5 points going into the second round, that's going to give the Ukrainians some tactical advantages. There's a strong right hand, that jab, the educated jab of Oleksandr Usyk. He continues to throw punches both during his advance and during his retreat. And it looks like he's going to start to smother Korniev with both hands, and Korniev is going to need to weather that storm and stay on him. There's a nice body shot. Korniev throws to Usyk. Usyk complains through a hand gesture that it was a little low, however. The referee lets boxing resume. Nice left jab by Usyk, it seemed, as the referee was calling their attention away. Not sure if the judges will score that one. It was a nice right hand by Korniev. However, he's going to have to throw more of them. He seems a little phased now by the pressure that Usyk is putting on him. And furthermore, he seems to be following Usyk around the ring, which cannot work in his favor. It never works in the favor of a boxer who has to follow the other one around. Usyk doing a good job of letting Korniev come to him and then picking him off with great counterpunching skills. Great defensive instincts. Korniev needs to get through that. And now Usyk, as we said, ahead on points going into this round. He's even starting to let his hands go a little more, perhaps a little emboldened by the advantage he had on points, is now going to maybe try and go in for the knockout of Sergey Korniev. Wild right hand by Korniev misses. Usyk, the train keeps pulling forward. If you got a jab in this sport, it's quite easy. Usyk is showing us he does indeed. Korniev seems like he's wasting a lot of energy in there, throwing punches with ill effect. He's punching Usyk from too far, from a long distance, and he's got the shorter arms. Far from efficient boxing, Korniev may just find himself punching himself out of contention, and there's a big left hand by Usyk on the ropes, and the referee is going to issue a standing 8 count against Sergey Korniev. And it looks like this is the way the fight has been headed since the second round began. A big left hand as the Ukrainian boxer clearly starts to pull away in this race by a few lengths now, I'm sure. And you can see now from that second round what started off in the first half of that round as Korniev following Usyk around the ring. Tides turned about the halfway point, and Usyk started to chase Korniev around the ring and landing punches at the same time. Gets himself a standing 8 count right there, and you could see the swelling under both eyes of Sergey Korniev as he talks to his corner. And there it is, 15-6. That was an 8-4 round for the Ukrainian, increasing the lead to 9.
Third round.
And Korniev needs to change his style if he's going to win this bout. He cannot continue, as he did in the second, to just follow Usyk around without throwing his hands. That little jab right there, that right hand from a long distance, they're wasting his energy and they're wasting his time. And Usyk knows it. Look how he comes in, he advances, he throws punches, he retreats, almost like Manny Pacquiao in there. With such great use of his feet does Usyk have. It makes it quite easy for him to score when he needs to and to get out of harm's way when he has to. And again, Usyk really just following. Look at the lateral movement. Great footwork, great slip there by Usyk. And he is completely dictating the pace of this fight. Great ring generalship. And Korniev seems like his only chance emerging victorious from this bout would have to be with a knockout punch. And it may not come in one punch. It may need bunches of punches in order to make its presence or to make their presence known. However, up till now, it doesn't seem as if Korniev has it in him. At least not against this opponent. He's very flat-footed, Korniev is. And as a result, he doesn't have the spring and the hop Look at the difference in styles. Look at how Usyk is bouncing around a lot. He's on his toes. That's where a boxer wants to be. That's where a boxer needs to be at all times. Better to advance, to retreat, lateral movement, to throw punches, to get that spring in your step is vital. Korniev, a flat-footed boxer, not throwing too many punches, and when he does, they're not coming with any sort of force or authority that will give Usyk any reason to be on the lookout. Usyk is doing whatever he wants in here, and there it is, another standing 8, and Korniev puts his hands up as to say, what can I do? Well, you know what? I don't think there is anything he could do at this point. Styles make fights, and Usyk is outstyling him in this bout. Chopping right hand by Korniev. Too little, too late. That one may have scored. It's not a score or two that he needs right now. There's 10 seconds left in this contest. And as you hear the countdown here at the Haydar Aliyev Sports Complex in downtown Baku, this man, Oleksandr Usyk, will most certainly emerge victorious after what amounted to be a very one-sided contest over Sergey Korniev of Belarus. Listen to the crowd. The Azerbaijanis really letting their neighboring Ukrainian boxer Oleksandr Usyk hear it as they chant. And sure enough, by a score well earned,